Hi, I'm Toni Kaufmann, your local real estate expert, and we are in the middle of a series about how to buy a house. So as I said before, I get questions all the time on the process. So we've been through steps 1, 2, and 3. Today we're going to talk about steps 4, 5, and 6. And basically, step number 4 is you're going to go out and you're going to look at some houses, and you'll have spoken to your mortgage person, and you'll have a really good idea of how much money you can spend. And then you'll begin looking at houses and comparing them. And something important to remember when you're comparing houses is to look at the tax rate and the maintenance fees and calculate them into your payment amount. Because if you go to one town that has a very large or high tax rate and you go to another town with a very low tax rate, the difference in the taxes can be extreme, and it will be the difference in how much money you can actually afford. So that's something to be sure that you speak to your realtor about, hopefully me. But if not me, just know that you need to be aware of your taxes. So you're on the hunt for the house and you're going in and out of these houses. There's more to think about than just the house. We still need to introduce ourselves to some other people. So it's smart to start interviewing lawyers at this point. And you should definitely ask your realtor who they recommend. They normally will have a team of professionals that they've built. Personally, I have 3 teams that I work with so that I can recommend people to 3 different types of everything. So 3 lawyers, 3 mortgage people, 3 home inspectors. So these are the people you need to start thinking about now. If you find a house, you're going to have to hire a lawyer. So you're going to want to interview a few lawyers and let them know you're on the hunt. When you find a house, you're going to have to hire a home inspector. And a home inspection, you might think that this is a simple process, but there's a lot that goes into that home inspection. And some people give up their rights in this market to a home inspection. I say, even though you don't have the right to negotiate it out, I would still want to know what's going on. The other thing, and that's just a general home inspector, that general home inspector will look for things like termites. They'll check your electric, plumbing, heating systems, your cooling systems, and just general structural soundness of the house. They'll probably be able to point out some things that aren't working exactly correctly and give you an idea of the longevity of the current roof. But you would also need to have, depending on if the house had a septic system or a well, you'll also need to have the septic system inspected. And in New Jersey, most of the time, the homeowners will have the well water inspected. Some people opt to have the well itself inspected, which is fine. Another inspection that you should definitely do is a ground sweep to find out if there's an oil tank in the ground. Now, there are many different companies, but I recommend one specifically, and this is the only company that I recommend, and for a reason. If you want to know who they are, you should call me at 973-809-0800, and I recommend them because they have a technology that the other companies don't have. It's a little bit more expensive, but when the other company finds something in the ground that they can't determine, they call this company. So why not start with the right guy first? $50 extra. I start right. Anyway, that person, and then, some people are doing this new test, which I don't love to do, but they scope the sewer line to see if that's still structurally sound and how that's doing. You could do a structural engineer report. I mean, you could go crazy on these inspections, but that's one of the steps. So you find your realtor, you find your mortgage broker, you find your house, you find your lawyer, you find your inspectors, and as you're moving through all of this, all of these things will take some time, but the next thing that you'll need to do is after you finish with your inspections, have the appraiser out. So the bank will order an appraisal for you, and the appraiser will come out. You don't get to choose them. The bank doesn't get to choose them. In fact, the banking industry has determined that the bank doesn't get to even know who the appraiser is. Maybe they know, but they can't really have contact with the appraiser to keep things correct, let's say, in the industry. So you have an appraiser come out and they appraise the property. Okay, that is step 4, 5, 6. And like this video, please follow me and watch the next video for the remaining steps. Thank you.